Hey everybody, this is Deborah COCO, and thank you for tuning in to the Just Give Me the Mic show. You know, every week we try to give some great artists to you. We have some great interviews, and we hope that you enjoy checking us out every week. So make sure every Sunday on channel 68 at 10 p.m. you tune in and watch us and see who we bring in, who we're showcasing for you. But today we have a great show. We have two great individuals that are doing their thing. We have Molly BX of OCH Radio, clothing line, radio shows, events, fashion shows, hip-hop artist shows. I really need a list for this gentleman right here. And we also have Will Porter representing Harlem in the building, coming through with some music. He's going to tell us about what's going on with him, how his whole movement he got going on down there. And he's also going to perform. So get ready, sit back. We got a dope show coming up. And, you know, just give me the mic, y'all. I'm the girls at the COCO. I want to welcome my first guest to the show. Again, like I said, Molly BX is in the building, everybody. And I'm so happy to have this man here because he's working hard. I thought I worked hard, but you got me beat. Like you everywhere. You travel out of state, you upstate, cross state, down south, doing it. So I mean, like, where's the motivation coming from? Like, what got you going?
Well, first off, I want to say thank you for having me. I really love your show. I really love what you're doing for the community and for the culture.
Thank you.
I've been a fan of Gimme the Mic for a few years, and you're definitely you're holding it down.
Thank you.
For all the women out there, the strong women.
Right.
As for myself, you know, what motivates me is the drive of the people. Because first of all, when I first started, it was hard to hit the concrete and let the people know what I was about, what the clothing line was about, what the brand was about. So once I broke through that barrier, it just became a factor of the enlightenment from the people.
That's true. You know? I remember when you first started, I actually met, this is our second interview actually. About 2 years ago, we actually met the first. Longer. Might be 2-3 years ago, we actually sat here and did an interview. But the very first time I actually seen you, I went to OZ Tavern and you had a fashion show going on. I said, what is this OCH? Let me go and check it out. You know, my friends, shout out to Shaw Adams and everybody. Shaw Adams had the fashion show, so I came and we haven't met at that point. But I was watching, you was real serious, had the whole team, and it turned out to be a really good show. So from the beginning, I was like, I gotta reach out to him. I gotta talk to him more, find out what Official Clock Huggerz is all about. So again, I know you did before, but for those who don't know, tell them what your brand stands for and how it was established.
Well, Official Clock Huggerz has been established since 2008. It's focused on the working folk all across the globe. Whatever you do to go out there and make your ends meet. You pay your taxes, you pay your bills, you're doing everything that you need to do productively by society. This brand stands behind you, stands behind what you're about. Again, it's not about Molly BX, it's not about, me making a profit off the people. It's about me putting the brand out to have a movement to where you can feel good about going out there, having that day job, that night job, and punching that clock. Because at the end of the day, we are the force behind why this world moves forward.
Right, definitely. And I know you help people to find employment at that time. I mean, you you still do? See, that's good. And a lot of people I know was coming. I even called you to try to connect you with some people back in the day. So I'm saying that was really a good movement. So somewhere down the line, you decided that's how the clothing line was branched through your first initial business?
Yeah, it was more of a factor of the clothes had to come in play because everybody, for whatever profession you was, they wanted an article of clothing to symbolize where they worked.
Right.
And it became epidemic, I have to say, because through the social media, through the internet, virally, it just took the globe by storm. And the people is really what started the clothing line. MTA wanted a certain type of apparel. Corrections wanted a certain type of apparel. Con Edison. So it got to the point where I had to make a little bit of everything for everybody.
Excuse me. But so what does your clothing line consist of?
Well, it really consists of the working folk and what they cater to as far as what they need. Whatever profession you're in, we actually highlight what you're doing, and we'll make a line separate for each profession. And then, you know, it's cool because we can go into the neighborhoods and we can get into the urban apparel. We can go into the hats and jackets and all. I mean, whatever you can think of, you know, to the point where I bought your athletic suit.
Check this out.
A lot of people in the gym.
Very nice. I cannot wait to rock this.
You know, and they go hard in them gyms.
Yeah.
And you
I'm gonna be one of them.
Yeah, I mean, you got people that dedicate themselves to go to the gyms 3:30, 4:30 in the morning before they even go to work.
Right.
So, you know, we had to touch all audiences when we you know.
I love that. I love that. Now the symbol that you have for your logo is what? It shows a clock, like a time clock, and
yes, and it shows the ethnicity that it doesn't matter because it's two different arms hugging the clock,
right?
And it shows the unity, the brotherhood, the womanhood of the working folk.
Right, I like that.
It's not about you stereotyping. Oh, I'm Jewish, I can't wear that. Or I'm African, I can't wear that. No, you punch in the clock and you make it happen. You can't get around that,
right?
And you can't fault the fact that we have all of these other brands that we wear and we'll go out there and support, but they actually symbolize self-made, self-worth. This is actually globally for everybody. For you. So it definitely is. Story.
Right, it tells your story. So how did you take off from your starting point, the clothing line, and now you got radio, you're doing events, so how did that all come about?
Well, the radio pretty much came about because as we're growing and we have to get into mass media, it became a point where I'm touring around the tri-state, going to different shows.
Good word.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At this point, you know, I'm finding myself in different shows and putting the energy into it where I said, you know, we need a constant platform because we have people that we believe in that the other people don't know.
That you want to help.
Yeah, so I have to create that platform through Official Clock Huggers and Umbrella and bring in these people. So we started OCH Radio.
Yes. And
we have the platform set where it's not about Molly BX, the celebrity host. No, it's not about that. We have a panel. We can change the panel up, but for the most part, the main persons in the panels, Queen Shine, Sapphire Blue, and Mr. JV from the Bum Rush, and myself. And we can have different people like yourself come in and sit on the panel because the panel's built as Official Clock Huggers. So it's basically the interviewer gets a perception from everybody as bosses.
Everybody joins in as one, basically, and asks questions from different point of views, which I like that.
Yeah,
because you might forget something, somebody else might want to know something, so you kind of cover a lot of bases when you have more than one person sitting there conducting the interview.
Yeah, but not to mention the comfortability of the person that's being interviewed.
Right.
Because he or she may feel comfortable hearing from you per se, rather than one of us until they get to know and feel comfortable.
Right.
We kind of collectively attack the panel spontaneously.
That's unique. I like that. And you have guest DJs every session too.
Definitely. We rotate some of the hottest DJs in New York City.
True.
You reach out to me, I'm gonna book you. You know, the bookings, I'm grateful to say we're in November right now.
Oh wow.
But it's still room.
Yeah.
According to who you are.
Don't get discouraged. Still reach out.
Yeah. We'll work it out.
Right.
And you know, it just became a platform where it started out where I can have Official Clock Huggers as much as I want.
Right.
But now it's became a force for other people.
Yeah.
That if I'm not even airing on Sunday, it got to the point where they're calling my phone. They want to make sure I'm
okay. Like, where are you? Where do you want to see this?
And not to mention, shout out to Nightline Radio. They gave me my first shot. They believe in me with my show. But my show has also...
And you had a major force on that show. Like a major element on Nightline.
We didn't start out that way.
You didn't? No. Okay.
They had other shows. And we came in as a trial run. And
look what happened.
Yeah.
Look what happened. Your numbers are great.
Yeah.
You have some of the hottest guests on your show that come through. And I must say, like myself, being a guest on your show, I really enjoyed it. I felt very comfortable. I love the setup. I love how, like, you know, the direction that you go in with your interviews is very serious. Some people, they're not really too sure what to ask when they have guests on the show. They don't do research, or they don't really have an idea of interviewing as as a profession. But I like now, you're sitting here, you're very calm, you answer thoroughly, and that's how you project your questions as well. And it's like, all right. You know what I'm saying?
I grew.
Yes.
It grew with me.
Yes.
So, sitting here, I think it was over 4 years ago we were sitting here.
It was time so long ago, right?
And I was very nervous.
You was. I remember you came with Cat Boogie. Shout out to Cat Boogie as well. And you was. We laughed and we joked. I'm like, this ain't nothing. I remember. I remember.
So and I gotta say, like, the footage that propelled us into the next realm, it was beautiful because we took the actual TV footage and then we went to Ralph McDaniel's video music
you
box
actually sponsored one of the video music box sections.
That was
back to back,
ultimate,
right? Yeah, right.
And it helped us. It helped us when
right.
people
I'm glad to hear that.
paid attention to us, your audience for one, and they paid attention to us to the point where now they believe in the people that we have believed. So we have to
get that stamp.
We have to keep creating that.
I definitely appreciate that, and I appreciate how you also did a tribute show for me. I thought I almost cried. I was like, Molly, I'm gonna get him. Like,
there's no question about what you do for the culture. People, they look at social media and they look at it. Some people look at it in the wrong way. The people that I've been watching, like yourself, use social media to channel that business and push that brand.
That's it.
And when you see yourself in different venues with so many different artists and concerts and things that we've dreamed of being in, it gives me the opportunity to see that can be a reality.
It is.
Through your work.
Look at the people that you've met. I've seen some pictures. I see you around. So, like, how do you feel about overall, like, your personal views of your advancement from, let's say, when we first met 4 years ago to now? Like, how do you feel about your progress?
Oh no, it's still surreal because I find myself my personal time. Like, I totally keep my personal life separate.
You have personal time?
And that's the funny thing.
How do you make it? Like,
and I'm pumping gas, or I'm at a sandwich shop, or whatever, and people run down on me and they, oh, you Molly PX. Oh, I need a picture with you.
Nice.
Oh, I need. Can you sign this? Can you do this? And that took me by storm. And I'm out in the waiting room just to give you an idea today, and I'm still humble with it. I'm not overzealous about what's going on.
You really are.
And gentleman says, we sitting there, we talking, and then, he says, oh, you're Molly PX. That's how it happens. Literally, this is not something that's scripted. And, I'd rather be the regular Joe before you know who I am, and then, treat me like...
Right.
Treat me
I don't feel no different. I don't care if I interview Raquel, whoever... I don't feel no different. It's just a part of what we do. You know what I mean? Some people do take it in the wrong aspect, like, oh, it blows their head up, or they feel. It's just, I feel like it's a part of our lane, of the direction that we're moving in. And what else? What are some of the things? What are some things that you like most about your position right now?
That I'm able to have a voice, and the people can listen to it and understand that when you want the jury, you want the house, you want the cars, you want everything that we quote unquote did to live lawlessly to get. Here it is. I switched my life around 360.
Right.
I don't live lawlessly anymore. I pay my taxes. I pay my bills. I earn good credit. Through that, I probably only have about $10 to $15 in my pocket a day. But my bills are paid and my credit is good, so I'm able to go get the things that we thought wasn't realistic.
Yeah, a lot of things like that.
So when I go back to the neighborhood and I go back to the kids that looked up to me and the kids that I grew up with that are now adults and they can't lead the way because they really don't have the confidence to say this is what I want to do and stamp it, they can take my story and take what I've been through and they can use it as energy to go do what they need to do. So I'm blessed to say that I have a voice.
So I want you to offer some advice. So say someone wanted to start a clothing line. What kind of direction would you point them in to get that started?
First thing foremost, what I had to do, the idea was there, the initiative was there, the workforce was there, the family support was there. But I could not come out with the idea publicly until I went and got an attorney.
Right.
I had to get an attorney to legalize the company, to strengthen the company to where now, when we hit the streets running, when we hit the media running, they can't steal it from me.
Right.
Because I've had experiences where I've seen people start something good And I've seen people that's actually out there now, that's big, steal it from them.
Wow. No, that does
just
happen
rename
every
it.
day, right? Throw
You know
another
what I'm
name
saying?
on it, a little extra whatever, a little flag, whatever, and think it's different. No, you have to protect your ideas, you have to protect your brand, and you have to protect your product as well. So you're right. That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Legalize and get your lawyer paperwork
First and
straight,
foremost.
first and foremost. Now, how about your designs? Do you actually do your designs, or do you have someone that works on that for you?
You know, it's funny because I have people that's really aggressive through the media, and they inbox me all the time, graphic designers.
Send you different stuff?
Send me stuff, yeah, and I definitely appreciate it. But I would rather you understand the avenue that I'm in before you just sending me a bunch of
It's your designer.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So I wanna stick
Address
to
that, right.
I wanna stick to the realm of where we are. I'm not just trying to veer off and step on other people's toes. I'm in a lane that pretty much. Shout out to Super C. He said something to me that kind of glorifies where I'm trying to go with this.
Okay.
He says that you're in a lane and you have a gift to bring people together that normally wouldn't be together, normally wouldn't come together. And that's because of the lane I'm in as far as the clothing, the radio, the performances, all gels of life when it comes to the performances. And we have all of these people under one roof that normally wouldn't be there. So now we have raw talent, we have a clothing line with substance and a meaning, then we have
Good quality,
multimedia.
too, I must say, right.
Multimedia, from magazine to TV like yourself to radio, and everybody's networking.
Everybody.
And you sitting back and you're like, wow, we have a packed house. But the type of people that it's packed with are people that's of substance, people that has things to offer to the game.
Quality, right.
So with that, like Super C mentioned to me, it's a gift that I can't abuse. I'm doing God's work.
Right.
This is His will. I'm just a soldier carrying out my orders.
Right.
And that's how I have to look at it.
That's how I look at it too. I don't feel like anything that I'm doing is not by accident.
No.
You know, it's not something that I'm supposed to take and be like, I don't take it for granted at all.
No.
And I'm humble with it. I don't feel special because of it, you know. It's just something that I do, you know what I mean? And I do remember your very first OCH event that I went to, and I actually met Skrilla Gorilla, shout out to them, and a lot of other models. Yeah, he's on Love and Hip Hop, and I met a lot of people that were focused and business minded. So you're right, it does definitely bring out a nice group of people that are networking together and building with each other. So that's great.
But real quick, I don't want to veer you off, but I just wanted to touch on the clothing line real quick. I'm at a period right now, at a point right now where, you know, my family and my close team, you know, they're coming together and we're pulling back on me being accessible to the clothes so much.
Okay.
Because, you know, people know me and people feel like I have to give. And I've given.
No, you have.
The first 3 years, I didn't make $1. And I told this story, I had an earlier interview, not to ramble, but
no, we got.
I worked a job where our contract got canceled through Con Edison, and I had to go on unemployment. And I went to unemployment with the confidence. Okay, let me get what I can get from them. You know, while we're out of work, I still have my thing going on.
Right.
You know, my mind frame wasn't adamant to what was going on in reality.
Gotcha.
So now we get to unemployment, they deny me. Make a long story short, I had to go to trial. I went to trial in Brooklyn in front of a real court. The district attorney was a young Chinese guy, and the judge was a hard-nosed woman. They denied me unemployment and said it's not unemployment's a privilege. You're not privy to that because they laid out a folder this thick with all my social media links, all of the face parts of it.
Are you serious?
And said, cumulatively, the raw data, you're in the millions of people following you. So
disability unemployment?
Yeah, millions. So at that point, you're not. If you know my taxes, everything reflects to the T.
Right.
But I'm not profiting. I'm in the red because I'm giving. So now they're telling me that it's not about profiting money. You're profiting in people. Each business card you give out, each person that comes onto your links, and they crunching the raw data, they're telling me that I'm profiting in that way. to where my numbers are spread across the globe.
Right,
and this is the judge telling me this.
Exposure is bringing up social media. That's what I'm shocked
No, they laid it on the table.
I got it. Wow.
And
okay.
I left
Something
out of
to think
there.
about, everybody.
I was devastated.
Yeah.
I was devastated.
Because you want that.
I was old. I was old 3 months.
Wow.
And I went out there. I was in Brooklyn. I put my back against the wall and I really reflected on what just happened. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to go harder, because not only do I believe in this brand, but they actually recognized me in the books to deny me unemployment, which I thought I was due.
They showed you a whole collective view of really what was going on.
And they crunched the numbers.
Wow.
So I'm getting this from the legal aspect of it. So with that being said, you know, it just propelled me with the energy to really go harder.
Interesting story.
And not look back.
Thank you for sharing that story. That's something that we all need to think about when we're out here
because
pushing our brand.
we're working
right.
folk. It's not uncommon for somebody to go through a job period.
Yeah,
where
and get laid off or whatever can happen. Yeah, it happens all the time.
You can be the best worker in the world, but if the contract ends, it ends.
That's
and
right.
in the meantime,
how do you survive?
Exactly. So, you know, with that being said, then I started with the showcases and bringing talent together.
Bringing in some revenue through that as well.
You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't where I was like kicking off all crazy behind it, but the point is, I had to make ends meet, and I had to channel that energy in the right way. So my family pulled back on the gear, and I can't touch only but what I have to put on, or if I need something for an interview or whatever, like it's a budget set for me now.
Yeah.
And everything is virally, everything is online, everything is done.
Maximize that.
It's done where you send your monies to an account by official clock Huggerz, and the merchandise is mailed to you. Because me hand to hand in what I was doing for the first 3 years, it's just not.
It's a lot.
Right now,
no, it's not. And it's even the jumpsuit you got on. I'm loving that too. That's definitely nice.
I was happy to have this to wear today. I found out that it was available for me to wear as of yesterday.
Yeah.
And then that for you, and I said, well, I need this for DEBRA COCO.
This, right. I might have to pose in this later.
I told him, I said, I need this. Oh, okay, take that and you wear that, and the rest just went to the inventory.
So what else do Molly BX want to do with the brand? Like, where do you see yourself going?
Well, it's definitely a monopoly. It's definitely birthing other businesses.
Okay.
One in particular I want to highlight. Shout out to William Red Hope Productions.
Love him.
Red Hope actually started with me as my cameraman.
Okay, I remember.
He's actually his own businessman now. He has Red Hope Productions up and running. He has State to State, and he has Who Has Fire? Who Got Fire?
I saw that.
Showcasing.
I saw that at the Dugout. They just had something, right?
He bought it from the Black Falcons Bike Club.
Gotcha.
He did 5 of them there.
Yeah.
And then he bought it to the Dugout, which the Dugout didn't do his numbers the way it should have, and I had to let him see that, you know, everything is just not going to be profitable.
I love that Black Falcons air. I love the for like unsigned artists, independent.
It's
something
hip-hop.
about it. It's like that 8 Mile feel
Yeah.
when you walk in the
You going
building.
in,
Right,
it's
right.
better. Yeah.
I love the Black Falcons for that. But you know,
so-
you got to try new things sometimes. You know, see what works. You know.
So he took it. He paid attention.
Okay.
And he legalized what he was doing, and now he's actually branching off to where we collaborating. June 9th is the OCH Rip the Runway fashion show.
Coming up, y'all.
From 7 to 10. We're giving back. All the kids, women, and men is involved. We're giving them the gear. You can keep it. We have Chef Aubrey from 848.
Yes.
He's gonna chef up a few dishes. We invited multimedia. Now 10 o'clock. It's not over. We go into William Red Hope Productions. Has Dice Peso and Hocus 4/5 highlighting, and we have a whole bunch of different artists.
Oh, it turned into like the showcase, kind of. Okay, nice.
And we're gonna put that together for you for June 9th. And,
okay. And where's it gonna be
really
located?
Excited. It's gonna be in the Golden Palace on Unionport Road in the Bronx, Parkchester area. And they renovated it, made it big. We have a
Gotta go
stage.
check it out.
It's a different look, and plus that's where we started really breaking out into the venue. So you know,
The first event I did with you was there.
yeah,
actually.
we took a chance.
Yeah.
Because we was coming out of OZ and Touche's and local areas like that. We even did something with you in Harlem. Like we wanted a bigger arena.
Yeah, that was nice. You had some good events together. And your events always turn out nice, peaceful. Everybody has a good time. So that's definitely a good thing about it, right?
No violence. Is strictly about business and uplifting our people and really highlighting everybody's brand.
So you're doing a little bit of acting too. You got a lot going on. See you in the video you just did with Al Nitty. Shout out to Al Nitty. You know what's going on?
I'm overwhelmed by that because, you know, I respect the trade. I really do. But they seen something in me that I didn't see. Like the Bum Rush. Shout out to the Bum Rush web series.
Bum Rush. He was in that as well.
I'm in season 2. We're filming now. My character name is Spoon.
I see some photos.
Yeah, I'm the nephew to the Kingpin, and I'm getting ready to take over.
That's a good role for you. That's gonna be nice.
You
get ready to take over. Okay. All right.
my street rival is Boogie Black.
No way.
And me and Boogie Black is rehearsing, and we're getting ready to film, and me and him are going back and forth. He said, "Well, since we're rivals, how much money are we playing with? Are we allowed to play with?" So I told him, I said, "Listen, I already went on the internet, movie prop money. I already ordered me about 3.4 something million.
Right.
So,
your table going to
I told him, and he said, "Oh, I'm going.
You better go in.
I'm going to get $5 million.
Right. You better have a truck outside.
I'm Boogie Black." So we had a lot of fun with that. And,
that's gonna be fun. I gotta look out for that.
It is, and we was in a neighborhood in Jersey. That's rougher than any neighborhood in New York City, and we was filming, and we had a really good time.
Wow, I'll look out for that. Yes. And where can I catch Bum Rush, on YouTube?
Yes, you can catch season 1 on YouTube right now. Bum Rush the web series. And,
check it out. Get caught up. So by the time you come out in season 2, everybody will know what's going on.
Oh yeah, it's got so crazy from Bum Rush that a lot of rappers are reaching out for me for cameos in their videos.
Good.
Shout out to Al Nitty, ABS, Sean States, a couple people on P. They definitely are reaching out for me.
But you've been rocking with P.
Oh yeah, he's family.
Yeah, that's family for you, right? You know, y'all been doing it for a while.
Definitely.
All right, so clothing line, radio show, acting now.
Yeah.
You know?
And also, I'm getting into public speaking.
You speak?
No.
Do you sleep?
This is why
I remember I used to see you.
This is why the sunglasses. This is why the sunglasses is on, because you literally see that I'm on fumes.
Right.
But tonight is my first speaking, but next week is the big one. I haven't did my neighborhood yet. I'm open to it, but I'm gonna be out in Newark, New Jersey.
Okay.
Speaking to the youth.
Nice.
The rough youth that comes into the community.
Let them know how it is and how they could aspire. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, this is not a textbook. I'm giving you my life, and I put it out there so that nobody can use it against me.
Right.
So, you know, it's public record. You know, at this point, I live with no regrets, and I only strive for my legacy to be here on and on.
No, I think that's an awesome point when you get to this point in your life and your career, that you do share your story, that you do let these younger kids know that whatever it is that you're going through, you can grow out of it. You can make your life better. You can aspire to be someone great. Like, look at me. Look at you know, you didn't grow up thinking you was going to do none of this.
No.
You used to always be like, I'm bike pedaling. I'm pedaling my
pedal bike.
Right, I'm on my pedal bike. That was your saying for the longest. Now I don't think you're still on the pedal bike no more, but
I am.
I don't know.
Actually, I am. I just have a stronger urge of energy right now. Because,
I think yours got gas in it now.
Because it's actually taking me down lanes where I didn't expect to be, and I'm able to help people and focus that. I want to start a nonprofit organization for parolees of the state and the federal penitentiary.
But you was originally kind of connected with that, weren't you?
But you know what happened was we through my lawyer, we made an offer to the corrections, to the DOC, Department of Corrections, and it was denied because I needed certain avenues to be strengthened, and I needed to kind of clean up a couple things. So with that being said, now we're ready.
Coming back and everything.
The first prison actually that we had was tuned in, and I want to say the whole population was tuned into the radio show one day. Fort Dix Federal Correctional Facility in New Jersey. They was going in. they was Snapchatting, they was hitting me in the inbox, they wanted me to shout their people out, and the numbers really climbed.
Oh,
to the point where their people at home was tuned in.
Wow.
And then I rebroadcast down in Atlanta, Georgia. We rebroadcast under IamHipHopClassic.com.
I think I saw that, right.
We're on, right now we're on dead time. We're on the middle of the night, we're on lunchtime.
Nice.
They fill us in where they don't have shows.
No, that's
there.
another big movement that's going on too, with different states reaching out and broadcasting. Because a lot of people are starting radio stations and they're looking for content.
Exactly.
So that's an easy way for them that doesn't cost anything is to partner up with people in different states, because that also gives their brand access to New York. You know, so it's a great way of networking. I see that radio stations are kind of doing across the board now.
But I gotta give the advice to say, I had to do some channel searching myself, because last year I was offered this. A lot of stations offers for official clock Huggerz and OCH Radio to come aboard. I'm not closed-minded to that. I'm very open-minded to it, but you know, Nightline is doing what they have to do for me and the show. So that Sunday is strictly for Nightline. The rest of the days of the week, I'm open to it. But you know, I have a lot on my plate, so it has to make sense and it has to be where I can fit it in.
Definitely.
So what I had to do was, so that I wouldn't breach the contract with me and Nightline, I hired an independent film crew. Shout out to Rush Forward Productions. They come in and film my shows, and they do it where they're not crediting nothing to Nightline, because Nightline has its own footage.
It's a whole separate entity.
Yeah, because Nightline has its own footage. And when I first got offered to this, I tried to bring IamHipHopClassic.com with Nightline to see if they could collaborate the footage. It just wasn't working because the contract.
Was it the live feed also? How did that work with the live feed?
Well, the live feed is coming through Nightline. So it would have to be rebroadcast down in Atlanta. So Nightline didn't want to breach a contract. They wanted a whole separate contract drawn up because they don't want to release the footage. It's Nightline's
footage, right?
So I understood that. So you know, I didn't want to rattle any waves, and I definitely don't want to be in nobody's civil court.
Right.
So I took money out of my pocket and hired an independent film crew, and I'm on YouTube now, and they take those shows. Now that it's public,
and now they can rebroadcast.
I can
wherever.
Any state I want.
Yeah, you can ship them out now. Once you do that,
I'm loaded.
Right.
Like I have 25 shows loaded up right now.
You need that's a team. I was thinking about doing that too. You need a team for that. In order to send them out, you got to meet the timelines. I don't know. Some of them have timelines. Some have it depends on how they set it up to rebroadcast your show. Well, if it's weekly, monthly, you know, then you got to make sure that you have somebody on point to meet all those different deadlines for you.
Well, the contact person down in Atlanta, Khalid Thomas, he's with Raw Radio, IamClassicHipHop.com. He's pretty much my point man in Atlanta. And he's set up where when I do vacation down there, and I give them heads up notice that I can actually do my show down there and have the guests locally come in who's following us from Atlanta. So we have North Carolina is going to be next, Charlotte, because SNS is on mainstream radio down there.
That's right.
He's actually close to us through family.
Nice.
So that's going to be another look. And Philly reached out to me through Known Radio. And I actually took a trip down there and did the show. I'm not really motivated for Philly right now. It's just I'm just trying to stay away from certain demographics.
I got you.
Philly is just...
You have your target plan. You know, it seems like you got your business plan in order. And you know who you're trying to attract. You have your plan of who you're targeting. People don't know. It's just not a post on Facebook.
No.
When you're really about this and it's really about business, it's a marketing plan. There's a business plan. There's certain demographics that you're trying to reach. You know what I mean?
I can't. It's not fair for me to take the masses of people that's following us, that's representing this brand, and just bring us somewhere where they're not comfortable being in the neighborhoods. And
has to match your plan as well.
Totally.
And you're at a point where you can say no. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to jump on everything.
I don't like to say no because people have a personal thing with that, and they think that you're kind of curving them. But timing is everything. And sometimes,
I'm learning to say no.
Sometimes it's just the language of how you say it. So I've learned to say, okay, rather than me put the clothing line in different mom and pop stores and different independent hip hop shops, that's not where I want to go with it. Because the working people is not limited to that.
Right.
I want Walmart, Target, Kmart, one-stop shops. That's what I want. Because now you're going in there grocery shopping, electronic shopping, toiletry shopping, and then you can go clothes shopping.
And you might just be passing by the aisle and get a bike and be like, hey, I like that sweatsuit. You know what I'm saying? I want that hat. So that is the best. That product placement is very important.
Yeah.
And your thing is the superstores. The superstores that carry a little bit. Somebody could be going in to get toothpaste and be like, oh,
BJ's,
damn.
Costco,
yeah, that's how you do it. The
Sam's Club.
superstores. The one-stop shops is definitely, definitely important. So tell us a lesson that you've learned throughout all of this, and then give us your social media so we can make sure we follow and keep in touch.
Oh, definitely. The biggest lesson that I've learned is always keep it humble.
Right.
Always be grateful. Stay prayed up. You don't have to be in the church or get on your knees, but always give acknowledgement to that man above, because we're doing his work. Whatever you do, stay in the spirits of God, because at the end of the day, that is what makes everything feel good about what you're doing.
Right.
You can wake up in the morning and go harder and harder and harder because you have that energy behind you, spiritually. That I really believe in. As far as a lesson with the brand itself, I've really learned that as much as you want to show love to everybody, they give me apparel from every different brand. I wear it in certain instances, but publicly, when I'm out like I'm doing right now with you sitting here one-on-one, I can't wear your brands. I'm a LLC brand owner for what I'm doing, and I have to market what I'm doing all the time. I appreciate what y'all give me. I appreciate, I can put your article on and take a picture with you. It's no problem. I'm not opposed to that.
Right.
But publicly, I have to understand that, I have to market what I'm doing like if nobody else will.
Like nobody else is wearing it but you. Everything has to, you are your brand.
Yeah.
You are your brand. So,
Definitely.
I just want to commend your progress,
Thank you.
your direction,
Appreciate
because I'm so proud, so happy, because I see the growth and I see that you're continuing to grow. I see how you are. I see your relationships with different people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
I'm
a beautiful
not into the
thing.
competition.
No, it's a beautiful thing.
I don't bash people.
No, not at all.
If somebody speaks to me, I speak to you with respect, and I always keep in consideration of the next person's feelings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And and not for nothing, I definitely don't harbor any feelings. If a business venture that we've been through doesn't work at that time, timing is everything.
Right.
We'll get back to it at another time.
Exactly.
But it's not going to be where you can't call me because you feel like, oh, we left off sour taste a few years ago. Nah, I'm not about that.
People get so personal with it.
Yeah, I'm not
Business,
about that.
separate the two. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? People get so personal with it, and this is not the place,
No.
to be doing all of that. It's all about what works and what doesn't work. And like you said, if it don't work today, it may work tomorrow.
Yeah, and that's why
don't burn your bridges with that.
And that's why I had to actually say that official clock huggers ethnicity is limited to no one. Because if I can't say, I can't keep being narrow-minded and say, black people don't want to stick together. Or we need to be more like the Jews and save our money.
Yeah.
Or we need to do this. Okay, let's do it through the brand that actually represents everybody.
Show them what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Instead of saying the word, show them how nice it is to expand and that we all can do this together. You know what I'm saying? You don't even have to say nothing. Just let your brand speak for itself. Let show it all the different nationalities, all the different people wearing it. Let that speak for your brand. You don't have to address none of that stuff. Now, where can they go to find you?
Well, I'm happy to sit here and say that I wasn't able to do this 4 years ago, but you can actually Google me. Yeah, I'm really happy to say that because virally, I really created a space, a domain space for official clock huggers that leads to every different peoples that I deal with. So Marley BX, MALLYBX on everything. Official clock huggers, like it's spelled. OCH Radio every Sunday from 6 to 8 p.m. And we also rebroadcast in Atlanta under imclassichiphop.com. We also have a partnership with Alloy Wheels and Recon Wheels. We do refinish wheels.
All right.
Straighten,
See
crack.
some stuff with that, right?
We do body work. Shout outs to Frank and Sons Auto Body. I have my hands in the right things.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You need some tires. You need some work on your car.
Yeah.
You need some clothing.
Yeah,
right. Need an interview.
Yeah, we have it.
Yo, shout out to this man. Okay? For this man. But thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. Thank you for the lovely gifts. I will be putting
you have more. You have more
real
coming.
soon with my gifts, everybody. And
Yes.
we'll be right back with my next guest. Real proud of y'all. Don't go nowhere. Thank you. That was dope. I didn't think that was dope. I like that.
This is a Cinema Beats production.